Welcome everyone to this tutorial on annual reporting for DGD. My name is Cécile. I'm a monitoring evaluation advisor for ARES, and I will show you how to fill in and complete the indicators and performance score in the Giraffe platform. A few words on the general context about evaluation in development cooperation. The frameworks and instruments defined at national and international levels are defined by United Nations, for example, the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, but also the DAC criteria made by the OECD, Organization for Economical Cooperation and Development. It's an international organization who is a policymaker, and of course the DGD, the Belgium Development Cooperation Agency. The tools we use are the logical frame and the indicators, but also the performance scores and sometimes the theory of change. Maybe some of your programs has one. The objectives of evaluation are accountability, because we need to be transparent with the allocation of public budget, and also learning, because we can improve ourselves in implementing projects, but the idea is also to strengthen other stakeholders, other organizations who are acting in the same context. The annual reporting takes three parts. First is the final financial report, the data must be encoded in Giraffe. The narrative report, where you can explain, it's a Word template, you receive it by mail normally, and there you can explain more widely what is your project about, how is the year going on, and also you can formulate a few learnings about your project. And the third one is the completion of indicators and performance scores in the Giraffe platform. All those data are compiled in a general report for DGD annually. Giraffe is the integrated management of administrative and financial resources, and it's a database. It appears like this, and probably you already have an ID and password to get in, because that's where the call for project is done also. You go to the activities section. There you will find your project sheet with all the data, and in the project sheet you will choose indicator tabs and score tab for the reporting. How to fill in the indicators? You will arrive here in the indicators tabs in front of this kind of frame. The frame is, you have the indicators on the left, and then you have all the data to fill in during the years. Don't forget to choose the program 22-27 always, and to choose also the reporting academic year ongoing. You will see that you have transversal indicators for each instrument, and they are very meta. They are very general because they have to represent all the diversity and complexity of the project in the same instrument, so they are very, very general. You have to fill in the indicators without asterisk. The indicators with asterisk will be completed by other ways, such as workshops or surveys that will be done by the ARES. You do not fill the base and targets, because that's also a work for ARES. For RPD TPS project, you have 6 indicators. You can choose sometimes the indicators by their relevancy with your project. Example, if you have a research project, but nothing such as a training project, so you don't fill these indicators related to trainings. If you have a training planned in 2 years, you can put a 0 for the current year, and then in 2 years you will put the right number, or you can choose to put nothing. You have 4 indicators for institutional support, and you will find 2 indicators for startup and promotion projects. The thing you must be very careful for is the gender specific indicators. They are marked with an X. For those indicators, it's the T that counts. You put the male number and the female number in the boxes. There you put the information for which you have the data. Even if you don't have them all, hopefully you do, but sometimes it doesn't happen. So you put the male in the upper left box, the female in the upper right box, and the total of all the participants in the T box. It means that sometimes you don't have information, all the information, gender-specific information, so the total is very important to put. If you have all the information, great, but you fill in the 3 boxes anyway. About performance goals. So you are still in your project sheet, you go to activity section, you open the score tab, and you choose the academic year. Here you have the example for 23-24, and you will find questions about 7 criteria. It's a self-assessment on the project. It means that it's not you as an individual who will assess the project, but you with the coordination teams, with the partners, but it's your view, subjective views on the project that counts. So, and you will have to do some scoring, so you will put A, B, C or D, and explain why you choose the latter. We will see it with the next slide, but let me explain the 7 criteria. They come from the Development Aid Committee, the OCDE, and they are related to effectiveness. It is how you reach your goals and objectives in the project, reach or did not reach. You have the efficiency. It's some kind of the ratio between resources, the budget, material, the time, and effectiveness. You have the relevance. It's relative to the context, to the beneficiaries of our actions, and there you can explain if your project is still contributing to the change you seek, and if it's still contributing to the SDGs, and develop it a bit, of course. You have the sustainability, 3 kinds. It's not related to environment, it's a criteria apart. But sustainability, you have the technical sustainability. That means the knowledge acquired by the people, if you build new infrastructures or material. You have the social sustainability. It means the ripple effect, the network strengthening, the participation degree. So your organization or your project is not isolated in time, not isolated socially, and there you can assess that. You have 2 main transversal criteria that are environment and gender. Those are the main priorities of the development cooperation. So normally your project should contribute entirely or partially to those topics, and there you can explain how. And last but not least, you have the coherence. Coherence is, of course, you can see coherence as all level of the project, but here what is expected is the coherence with other actors, other organization, other departments, or your own organization, and the link with the GSF, the Joint Strategic Framework. What is a joint strategic framework? It's a strategic plan common to all Belgian NGOs and organizations working in the same country. It is aimed to harmonizing actions and fostering synergies. And in our case, we have a brand new thematic GSF especially designed for academic and scientific cooperation. This GSF is much more relevant for us than the geographic ones, and it contains 6 targets you can easily integrate, into which you can easily integrate your project. You see the first one related to individual capabilities, the second to individuals to be agent of change. There you can have a very interesting conversation about what it is to be agent of change and what change you seek. You can increase the capacity with higher education and scientific institutions, enable higher education and scientific institutes to be drivers of change, and co-create, transfer and apply relevant knowledge, and last but not least, strengthen the research society interface. Of course, your project does not have to participate to all, contribute to all the targets, but at least one. And we ask you to develop a little bit how your project is contributing there. So to fill in the scores, it's quite easy. Again, you choose the academic year of the report. You will see some questions. Sometimes you have only one question, sometimes you have sub-criteria and then sub-questions to answer to. The 7 criteria, the question are related to the 7 criteria, and you will have the score A, B, C, and D. What you must know that is A is very good. The situation unfolds at desire, potentially setting a reference point for good practice. So it's really good. B, good. The situation is largely unfolding as desired. Small adjustments are necessary, but are under control. They have already been carried out, planned, and are in progress within the intervention. So you can put B when, for example, you are a little bit late, or you had some adjustment or changes. It's normal. C, you have issues. Some problems need to be addressed to avoid negatively influencing the overall functioning of the intervention. And in this case, often a consultation with ARES and DGD is necessary. It's necessary with DGD if we would have a C for all the instrument. Here in this case, it will be probably a few projects, a few criteria of some project, so we can manage and follow it internally. And you can also have severe deficiencies, and that they are so serious that if you do not address it, the intervention will fail. So profound changes are needed. So you choose wisely which criteria is the more realistic to the situation, and then you can explain there. The idea there is also for you to have a follow-up tool. So there you can you can use it yourself, going back to Giraffe, to assess your program, to monitor your program, and to see if you can keep on, or if you have to change some aspects. So there it is. That's all for Giraffe. So thank you very much for your attention. And if you have some questions, you will find a FAQ form in the linked paste in the description of this video, and we will answer the question step by step. So thank you for your time, and very good work with the report.